Hi, I'm Maria, and today I'm making Morning Glory Muffins. I like to call these hippie muffins because they got lots of very wholesome ingredients. Start off with a combination of white whole wheat and oat flour. You could use all-purpose flour in this, but the white whole wheat and oat have a lot more minerals and iron and protein and good stuff for you. And the oat flour keeps it nice and tender. And then to that I'm going to add brown sugar. This is packed brown sugar. Spices, we've got cinnamon, ginger, and cardamom. Cardamom's optional if you have it. I wouldn't go out searching for it just for this recipe, but it's pretty yummy and a nice complement to the ginger. And then our leaveners, we have baking soda, baking powder, and salt. And then we just want to mix all this together. All right, and just get in here and break up those brown sugar clumps if you've got any, just to make it kind of smooth. And then we're going to add the filler, and this is one grated apple. It turned kind of brown while we were getting ready to go, but it'll be plenty tasty in here. This is a cup of carrots. It takes like 2 good sized carrots, but you want to go ahead and measure it, because if you get too much carrot, it adds a lot of water, and so it can get too gooey. So go ahead and measure it, and if you have a little carrot left over, that's your snack. This is flaked coconut. You could use sweet or unsweet. This happens to be sweet because it's what I have in my pantry, but unsweet would be perfectly fine. Raisins and pecans. You could use walnuts or almonds or whatever you like. I like pecans, and that's going in here. And then I'm just going to mix this all with my hands. And the reason I'm using my hands instead of a spoon is because you want to get everything kind of coated with the flour, so you don't have big clumps of anything. Like you don't want a big clump of apple or a big clump of carrot. So just kind of get in there. It's a little messy. That's okay. All right, so this is already looking pretty gooey. And then the next thing is our wet ingredients. And for that I have a ½ cup of milk, 2 tablespoons of canola oil, 1 egg, and then I'm going to use a ½ teaspoon of vanilla. Then I'm just going to use a fork here, kind of whisk that together, break up the egg, get the oil kind of emulsified into the milk. Whoops. And then it goes in. And then just with the spatula, you want to give it less than 15 turns. Like the sort of the rule of thumb with making a quick bread is you don't want to stir it more than 15 times. With this one, because it's kind of gooey, it takes about 10, maybe. Just kind of evenly moist. All right. And then I've got my muffin pan here. This recipe makes 12 muffins. It's really easy to double if you want to make a big batch for like lots of company, or you can freeze them really well. So yeah, and I'm just using this is an ice cream scoop. I think it's a number 15, but I'm not sure about that. But ice cream scoop, and you want to fill these about 3/4 full. They're not going to rise a whole lot, but you want to make sure you have some in every cup, and then you can go back and kind of even them out a little bit if you get a little too much in one. All right, so I'm just going to finish portioning these, and then they will bake at 350 degrees for 35 minutes or until they pass the toothpick test, which means if a toothpick goes in the middle, it comes out clean. All right, so here they are, the Morning Glory Muffins. They rose a little bit, but as you can see, they don't have the big dome, but they're plenty hearty, and they are a great breakfast.